fucking runaway train moment.
Sorry. Hannah! Sweetie, Hannah! Come here. Hi. Are you okay? Where'd you go?
You lost me.
What? No. No. Mommy's always come back.
Mommy's always come back. Anyone remember that song? Runaway Train? Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown, and I am back with the Handmaid's Tale series grand finale called The Handmaid's Tale. So the episode is The Handmaid's Tale, the series is The Handmaid's Tale, and I can't really say for sure what this episode is about. I did not do any looking up anything on it at all because I didn't want to know what the end actually entailed yet. I felt like I got enough satisfaction from last episode to be okay with that and not to feel like I really wanted to know something more. Because it is called The Handmaid's Tale, I'm going to make some guesses about what it might be about, being that the entire series is about the handmaid, June. It is The Handmaid's Tale, not plural but possessive. I know I've said that multiple times, but it is her tale. It is her story from her perspective, her ideas, her realities, and sometimes her flourishes that she wants to put in to kind of butter things up or make them sound a little better. She talks about that in the book also, about how she does add little things here and there to make it sound a little better, because really, who wants to just fucking talk about all the horrible, awful shit of being in the middle of a fucking dystopian reality where you're being raped every month, or you're trying to escape from the past of being raped every month, and that sometimes life's just so crappy and so bad that sometimes you want to make up a little bit of flourishes and flowery language here and there to make it sound better. But she also talks about how she's a flawed human being and she does fucked up shit. She does shit that she knows is wrong. She wishes she wouldn't do it. She wishes she was a better person. She's a human being, and she's stuck in this unfortunate regime where shit's just awful. That's how the book goes. Now, the series goes far beyond the book. I was listening to a short from one of the podcasters that I listen to, and she made a very, very valid point. One of the things that this TV series did is they took one book and they expanded that story out all the way to 6 seasons. So we had 6 seasons that were created, rooted around this one book, but that goes far beyond that one book. And it was really good entertainment. There's a lot of flaws in it. There's a lot of challenges in it. Sometimes pacing problems, sometimes things not happening that we would rather happen, sometimes things happening that we don't want happening. But overall, we've had a very entertaining series that's lasted a good long time, and that has gone far beyond the book. It's done what many series have not been successful at doing when they try to expand past. So I'm very glad about that. My thoughts on the title, The Handmaid's Tale, because we know the series is about June. It's always been about June. Some people don't always understand that. Some people think, well, why do we always have to hear about June? June's so selfish. June's so this, June's so that. But it is her story, perspective on her story. So it's going to come from her head and her perspective, you know, if she were a real person. Being that we already got a pretty decent episode last week, and it does help to kind of give us a big win at the very end. Maybe a little bit of a loss if you are very upset about Lawrence and Nick being gone, or even if you're somehow upset about some of those other commanders being gone. Overall, it was a win. They got rid of a lot of the really horrible commanders that were causing a lot of problems in Boston. Now, of course, like any other thing, when you have a big regime where a bunch of people die that are in high up leadership positions, what does that do? It leaves a vacuum. And what happens with that vacuum when it's left like that? With no leadership in that vacuum, other people come in to fill it, and you never know what you're gonna get, okay? I don't think we're gonna see a whole shitload about what we're going to get with the filling of that vacuum right now. I'm thinking maybe they'll do something where they just kind of fill in some of the holes, what we don't know about yet. Maybe they'll go in the future a little bit and say, okay, this is what has happened since then in this person's life, and this person's life, and this person's life. Sticking primarily to the people in June's circle because it is her tale. Maybe they could go way into the future and say, hey, this is what is going to happen because of what they just started. Maybe they will do flashbacks and go back in the past a little bit. I did, when I was trying to check my lighting, I went and looked for a really bright scene. One of the clips had Alexis Bledel. I think that's how you pronounce her name, who has been out of the series for, I think, a couple seasons now. So I'm excited to see that. I really miss seeing her. I thought she was a great addition to the show, and I was sad to hear that she was leaving and that she had no intention on coming back. And even if it's just flashbacks, I will take what I can get. I thought her character was one of the best additions to the show. What else might they be talking about with The Handmaid's Tale for this final episode? Because this is it. This is the last episode before we start Testaments. And Testaments is a different series. It is a very different book. It is not the same story. It is not from the same perspective. It is not about the same things. We're going to start to hear stories from the teenagers' perspectives, for what they've been living and what they've been doing and what they're starting to deal with now that they're young adults, now that they're starting to be expected to transition from children living with their parents to leaders of their own house as females in Gilead, which, as we all know, wife or not, that is a very fucking precarious position. And that is what June and Luke have been trying to pull Hannah out all along from. I know because of the Testaments. Spoiler, if you don't know about this, I'll put a timer in to say where you need to fast forward if you don't want to hear this Testament spoiler. If you go by the Testaments at all, Hannah does not get out until she is a young adult. Hannah has a long time to go before she gets out. Nicole will be a teenager. Now, from what I understand, the series is doing the time jump a little bit different on the series than it did in the book. And that's okay, but we're still talking about a significant amount of time. We're talking about these girls being older. We're talking about them dealing with real experiences that adolescents have to deal with when they are coming of age. For Hannah, she's coming of age in fucking Gilead. So what does that look like for her? What does she think about it? What about all her friends and the people that have brought her up? How do they feel about this stuff? What are they doing about this? That's what we should have to look forward to in watching the Testaments, is getting that perspective. So in this show, I don't expect anything like that. We might see Hannah. I don't know. It would be nice if we get a little bit of a filler. What's going on with Hannah after we left her? I think the last thing we heard was Lawrence telling June they took her away and that he has no way of knowing where she's been taken, who she's with. Like, it didn't even sound like she was necessarily with the same parents. She might have been, but she might not have been. Now, in the Testaments, she didn't have a change of parents, but I think in the Testaments, the names of the parents may not have been the same. I don't remember for sure, but that's what my brain's saying. My brain don't always tell me the right thing. That's what it's trying to tell me. So, anyway, another thing the show could do is just do another big win. Maybe they show more of this stuff that June, Mayday, and the military and all of them engage in to try to take things down more. Maybe we find out more about who is going to fill this vacuum now that these commanders are gone. Maybe we'll get to see some of the women step in a little bit. We don't know how they're going to fill those. If you think back on some of the past situations where a lot of the commanders were killed, from what I recall, they brought people in from other areas. It didn't seem like the people they were bringing in were necessarily to fill in the commander spots in the individual households, but it was like they were bringing in these other commanders from other areas to oversee everything. And then what do you get with that? Because last time it was DC. DC was more extreme than Boston. And some of these people were from DC. So is there going to be a vacuum in DC also? These seem to be two of the big hubs of leadership there. So then where are they going to pull those from? Maybe we'll see some of that. I don't know. But I think that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and start this episode.
Condemn these detestable cowards.
Detestable.
God's most is your fault, Anthony.
Congratulations, Lydia, for stepping up and for seeing through some of this bullshit that you have been so brainwashed to believe for so long.
For they have been prisoners of godless men! Don't let the bastards grind you down!
Oh yeah, my opinions of Serena, I mean, like pretty much everybody's been saying, there's no really salvaging her. She has her own mentality, her own ideas. She is so brainwashed into this religious cultist idea, and she's such a freaking narcissist. No matter how much good she tries to do, she's always gonna have that freaking white savior mentality of utter fucking privilege with an inability to understand the people that she's trying to save. So I think we'll see more of that, of her trying to be what she views as a better person. It will always come out. You will automatically see that whatever goodness she tries to do, it's always going to be laced with this excessive white privilege and narcissism.
The Gilead occupation is over. We won. Here at least. Boston is America again. Praise fucking me.
Boston is America again. Are we sure? Because that's cool. Fucking expand.
By the time the Marines landed in Southie, the fighting was almost over. Then it only took 19 days. This is just the beginning. First, Massachusetts is liberated, and New York, west across Ohio, Kansas, someday Colorado, and then Hannah.
Oh yeah, another idea I had was they have that little section in the book where they show the aftermath, and it's basically these college professors trying to piece out the evidence they found of June and of these other commanders and information about Gilead. But it looks like that's not what they're doing. Kind of glad about that because I thought it was a little cheesy.
Heard anything about Janine? No.
So no Janine yet. Goodbye, Nick. You didn't necessarily deserve to die, but it just appeared you were never going to do the right thing for anybody other than June. And in the end, you even stabbed her in the back.
Gilead tried to fight, but they had no leaders. The Boston commanders were all dead. Before the battle even started, God always requires a sacrifice.
And I don't care what anybody says, I liked Lawrence. For somebody who was so entrenched in that, he was like the only commander actually trying to make anything right. He is a pompous ass, I will give everyone that, but he repeatedly tried to do things to make things better.
Hey, you haven't slept in days. You should go rest.
But I'm not tired. Yeah, I should be. It's weird, but...
Because you're like all fucking hopped up on adrenaline and
Union guys, Boston City, electric.
not sleeping and excitement and energy and...
I'm gonna take them down to the power plant, get the lights back on. And then hopefully get Logan up and running. And that means flights from Alaska. You can get Holly and your mom down here.
That would be amazing. What about New York? Is that where Mayday is going next?
I've started making contacts with Mayday on the ground there, but you know, I don't know. We'll see.
It's not Colorado though, right?
Listen, the way we get Hannah back is we take down Gilead one place at a time.
Colorado is mostly very rural, isn't it? So I can't imagine they have like a shitload of leadership over there. But then again, you know, if you have to condense everybody to a completely different area and you're trying to keep a fucking regime like Gilead alive, then you might do that. I'm just thinking Colorado's really rural. Sparse population, not dense, lacking resources. But I could be wrong.
Any news?
There's been a big shuffle in Gilead Command.
What does that have to do with Hannah?
Most of the Western District commanders have been promoted, including Mackenzie. He's been reassigned to D.C.
So she is still with Mackenzie.
with his wife and your daughter.
Did he say Washington, D.C.?
Hannah will be 2,000 miles closer. I know that isn't enough, but it's a kind of progress.
What are you doing to find Janine?
These are our people still trapped in Gilead.
The eyes have her? Is she dead?
We don't know.
My God, help her.
I can't wait to go back through the series and
And Lydia,
watch the stuff again.
been in contact.
Like, especially the stuff about back when this whole thing started.
She's finding out what she can about Janine.
Fucking 9 lives.
She's a survivor. I may know something more about Janine in a few hours, if you want to stay close.
Hell yeah.
Thanks. You look like shit, Mark. We should get some sleep.
She's telling everybody to get sleep.
I'm not a great sleeper.
No?
No.
I'm not either.
My son lives in Hawaii
I have a hard time getting to sleep.
with my ex-wife. And when I close my eyes, I see them, and I get back to work. Best thing I can do for him. Bring down Gilead so he doesn't have to do it.
May God speed the days.
I wake up easily. I
So we both can get some rest.
have a hard time staying asleep sometimes. But when I get a really good night's sleep, it definitely helps me out a lot. It's hard to go to sleep at a decent hour and wake up after having an actual enough amount of sleep. I usually just wake up too early and go to bed too late. And even when I try to set a schedule so that I don't do that, it's just like one little thing can happen and I wake up and then I can't get back to sleep. Is that Janine's son? Where is Janine and how did she get caught back in this? Like, I thought she was with them when everything started to go down. Oh, well, no, they didn't show her.
Not too much of that, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Sweetie, it's gonna make your stomach hurt. Okay? Thank you, banana. Can I get 5 adults and 5 kids, please? Thank you.
She just walked away.
Hannah?
Terrifying.
Hannah? 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 Excuse me, have you seen...
It's a fucking runaway train moment.
Hannah! Sweetie, Hannah! Come here. Hi. Are you okay? Where'd you go?
You lost me.
What? No. No. Mommy's always come back.
Mommy's always come back. Anyone remember that song? Runaway train. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there.
You're getting to be such a big boy now.
It's Serena.
Serena?
Well, I mean, hopefully at least Serena's kid will get to grow up
Praise be his mercy.
out of Gilead and have a normal fucking life.
Congratulations on your victory.
None of it would have happened without you.
Yes, I am become death. Destroyer of worlds. Guess I've helped Boston fall twice now.
You can make a new book.
Can I help you?
Yes.
Come on over, honey. Hi. Oh.
I am very sorry about Nick. May his memory be a blessing and a comfort to you.
Nick reaped what he sowed.
He did.
He led a violent and dishonest life.
You know, if he ever thought he had a real choice, he would have chosen you.
I'm sure. But he was too much of a coward to really make that decision and that choice. And that was part of why he didn't think he had that choice, in my opinion.
It's perfect. And I think it's your sign. It is a sign from God.
Signs of the realm of witches.
Oh, gosh.
We're not in Gilead anymore.
You know, I can never go back. Too many people want me dead.
Mm-hmm.
Canada won't give me a passport, and neither will the EU, so looks like I'm just nobody.
You're his mother. Just be that. Right?
Yep. Be a mother. That is what you've wanted, is to be a mother.
Serena,
And now you got it.
now please. 2 more.
Where are we going?
A UN refugee camp.
I don't have any passports yet for
No,
me.
I know. I'm working on a solution.
What does that mean for me and my son?
It means you should try not to worry.
Yeah, Mark is on the case.
So my fate is
Yes.
completely in your hands.
Try to defend you even when you were in fucking imminent danger of being locked up forever.
I'll find you.
You should really be thanking this guy a lot.
God bless you.
June, when I recall some of the things that were done to you and the things that I did and that I forced you to do, I'm ashamed.
You should be.
You should be.
Yeah, this is what we've been wanting you to be ashamed all along, because what the fuck?
And I'm sorry, and if words mean anything at all, I am sorry.
And I'm sorry your weird ass knight in shining armor turned out to be a fucking devil.
I forgive you, Serena.
God bless you, Jim.
Go in grace, Serena.
Do we get to see what happened with any of these wives? I know they said that Gilead, like, exodused out of there or whatever, but it would be good to have some individual stories.
Generous of you.
You have to start somewhere, right?
Yep. And having that load on your shoulders.
Your sector opened up. Your old neighborhood.
Sometimes forgiveness is the best thing for you.
If you have trouble at the checkpoints, use my name.
Thank you. Captain Tuello?
Captain
It's Commander.
Oh, God. Ugh. But I know. It's military. So weird. 3 stars.
This used to be an ice cream place. They had this amazing salted caramel. It'd be cool if they reopened, wouldn't it? Supposed to be the fruit. My fucking God. That's blasphemy.
Is this real and not a fucking... I was about ready to say, you need to stop smoking shit.
Nice little shit.
Oh my God.
You weren't in Boston. Bridgeport. A hot spot of rebellion for some reason.
Really good pizza, too.
They do. Praise be. I was a Martha. The commander was a friend. Eventually I was able to call Syl, so that was wonderful. We had some things to work through. But I FaceTimed Oliver on his birthday for a minute, but that was amazing. And he's getting really handsome, so we're in a lot of trouble.
I thought when you went back in that you sort of left them.
I don't know if that's the way things work in the world. I love Syl and Oliver. We're a family.
I would imagine it would be hard.
They strung up all the guardians.
Rage is a gift from God, meant to be shared with the most deserving.
They still have Hannah. It doesn't matter how angry I get. It doesn't matter how unfair it is. I want it all back the way it was supposed to be. But that's fucking pointless.
Mm-hmm. So you have to think of a new way to move forward.
Some things are impossible.
We are both alive. To see this
Yep.
together,
Yep.
I'm thinking of adjusting my concept of the impossible.
Thank you. Oh, I saw this. I saw this in pictures from somebody who lives in Canada who was trying to show some of the staging areas and stuff where they actually do filming, and they had that.
I took my love, took it down, climbed around and turned around. The last side. Well, I cause I built my life around you.
Children get older. I'm getting older too.
Getting older too.
It's like all gone full circle. Back to the beginning.
What happened?
We need a familiar face.
Where are we?
Millerville, Mass. Near the old Rhode Island line. The new border with Gilead.
Hurry up.
We need medical.
That's the most important thing. I love you.
Oh my God.
Janine, look who's here.
Oh my God. I did not expect Naomi to do that. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Take good care of our Janine, please. And Charlotte.
I will. Lydia. Thank you. Blessed is the woman who does not walk in stride with the wicked.
Under his eye, dear.
There she is.
So many fucking tears.
Holly!
the little girls in Gilead safe too. If I can.
How are you gonna do that?
I have to try. And in order to do that, I'm gonna have to leave you again, okay? I need you to be safe. And where I'm going, you won't be. You're gonna have to stay with Grandma just a little while longer. I'm sorry.
I should look into who that they're
But you know what?
getting to play Daisy in Testaments. Get an idea of how much of a time jump they are doing.
You don't have to be
I know
near.
some people said 4 or 5 years.
In order to feel her love, I'll find you.
I think in the books it was like 14 years or something like that.
No matter where you are. Is that okay? If you watch her for a little bit longer?
A little bit.
How much longer is a little longer?
I'm not sure yet.
I mean, what are you exactly planning to do?
But who will keep you safe?
Mom,
That's my job.
I'm not safe. And neither are you. They are never going to stop coming for us. And even when we're gone, they're gonna come for our children and our grandchildren. Fighting may not get us everything, but we don't have a choice. Because not fighting is what got us Gilead in the first place. Gilead doesn't need to be beaten. It needs to be broken.
Can't someone else break them?
You taught me how to fight. You were there. You were out almost every night. At protests and meetings. You taught me. And you know me. I mean, you know me pretty well. You know I'm not gonna give up.
Stubbornness.
I think I'm just getting to know you.
It's one of my awesome
To
traits,
see the amazing woman you are.
which some people don't appreciate. But
Thanks, Mom. Sometimes I don't know if I'm doing a very good job.
because sometimes you are a bit of a
As
bitch.
a mom.
Yeah, and sometimes you leave your kids to go do other shit
That's
when
bullshit.
your kids need to be fucking taken care of.
You're a great mother. I make sure she knows that. I tell her your whole story. How you saved so many women. How you escaped. How you survived. She should know that her mother is a warrior. You should write a book.
It's not a very good story, Mom. There is so much violence and fear
Yeah,
and loss.
and some of the best stories have a lot of violence and fear.
It's about never giving up. It isn't a story for the people who haven't lost anyone. They don't need this story. This is the story for people who may never find their babies. The people who will never, ever give up trying. Write it for our sweet baby girl. And our Hannah. Write it for your daughters, Jim. Tell them who their mother was.
The Handmaid's Tale. Nah.
Turning lights on and heat for hundreds of thousands of people. No big deal.
I underestimated you.
We all did. Because he seemed a little bit
You did.
inactive for a long time.
Sorry.
We don't know each other like we did before.
Yeah. Was there even a before?
Yeah, there was a before. There's gonna be an after.
Yeah.
I found a base up on the New York border. I want to wreck it, someplace to hide out, start fucking shit up again.
I'm gonna talk to Mark. I'm gonna see what he's doing next. Go state by state, figure out a plan.
I'm gonna go get Hannah. What else is there?
Meet you there?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. You should write this down. Your escape story. It wasn't all horrors, right? You had people who helped you. Janine, and Emily, and Lawrence. And Nick. People who loved you. People you loved. They're all worth remembering.
So I think in the books it was like she had made tapes. You remember back when she was in Lawrence's house? He had that tape player, which is where she made that recording that she had sent to Luke about Nick and her. So I think maybe something like that. It was supposed to be while she was trying to escape or something like that, I think. She had made a bunch of tapes and they used those to piece together The Handmaid's Tale, according to the story.
Diapers and clothes.
I'll ask. We're not really supposed to have kids here. You might have to find another place for tomorrow.
We'll move if we have to. Right?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't even have a change of clothes for you. Look, okay. She shall provide. It's been a long day. Do you know how much I prayed for you? And you're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I ever wanted.
Yeah, not some dumbass Gilead commander. They just left it like that. God, Gilead. Y'all trifling. I'm just looking at the area above the garage that Nick stayed in. Oh, the terrible memories. Hey, can we see the dead garden? Is that the closet? There's a single hanger in there.
A chair, a table, a lamp. There's a window with white curtains, and the glass is shatterproof. It isn't running away, they're afraid of. A handmaid wouldn't get far. It's those other escapes, ones you can open in yourself given a cutting edge, or a twisted sheet in a chandelier. I try not to think about those escapes. Thinking can hurt your chances. My name is Offred.
Yay! Full circle! Awesomeness. Alright, y'all. Okay, I really appreciated that. That was very good. Lots of tears. Now, I feel like I've said enough about it. But, I am going to go back. I noticed when I was going through my Handmaid's Tale playlist that I have season 5 and 6. I've done recaps on, I think it was season 1 and 2. So what I'm going to do is probably go from the very beginning and just do reactions on all the seasons up to 5. I don't know if I'll do recaps again. We'll see. It took me a long time to work on those. I have to go through them. I have to write notes. I have to record. I have to put the images together and all of that. And I know you don't have to do that, but that's how I did it. But I think I could do the reactions Not right now. Like right now I'm going to be working on Gen V. After Gen V, I plan on doing Chaos. Plan on doing Testaments whenever it does come out. As far as I know, they're still filming, so who knows? I heard end of 26, possibly, or something like that. I do Heartstopper. Now, Heartstopper is supposed to be doing the last season as a movie instead of a series. I will do that. I don't usually do movies, but I will do that. I like Heartstopper. It's a fucking good show. Anything dealing with House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones universe. I did not start before Game of Thrones, so I have not done anything for Game of Thrones. Any Game of Thrones spin-offs or anything like that I will probably do, so long as I have the time. Whenever they come out with their next season, the Stuck in Eggs series, I can't remember what it's called. Whenever they have that out, I will do that. And I am just finishing with Tokyo Ghoul. I will be starting on Attack on Titan. I think what I'm going to do is 1 season of Attack on Titan, then season 3 part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. If I like it well enough, I could do season 2 of Attack on Titan. I was thinking about moving on to another anime anyway, just so I can just do like 1 season at a time of an anime. That way I get a little bit of several animes instead of going all the way through an anime each time. Just kind of stagger between them. Eventually, if I want to go back and do more seasons, then I can go back and do more seasons. Anyway, that's all I got for you right now. I'll see you when I see you. Bye. I'll see you when I see you. And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.